All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for RWBY Volume 6, Chapter 5.
Yeah, Chapter 5.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so we have the RWBY crew with Maria Calavera and Crow and Oscar.
Yep.
Oscar Pin, Ozma Pin, Osmaker.
Yeah, and the drama has started.
The drama has kind of also gone into a little bit of a lull because of Crow's whole, don't lie to him, we're better than that. So they're kind of in a downer.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
I think it's more just that everyone's going to be on edge, and now we're in a room. Or like, we're in effectively the same probably environment as the Volume 5 thing, where it's going to be like, oh, we're going to need to talk about things.
And Ozpin's not around. So
Ozpin has receded, into some like dark corner of Oscar's mind.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So I don't think there's really anything other to preface this with other than like, yeah, let's keep it up, Ruby. You're killing it. Yep. So yeah, without further ado, guys, let's get into this. Yeah. Oh, I just love that Renora in the background there.
Happiness.
And Adam. Dream cannot wait. Oh, they can talk about that. Oh. Crow has started drinking. So that could end up happening soon. Oh yeah, we still have the whole Neo tease as well, right. You know? And all the villains as well have gotten brought back in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I gotta learn the lyrics to this, because they're already out there on the internet, you know? Yeah, that could happen too. Yeah. All right, guys.
I love that part specifically.
The running along the glyphs.
Yep.
Squad up.
Do you have my information?
Oh.
All right.
Cinder.
Of course I do, darling.
Cool.
Little Miss always delivers.
Nice.
Although I can't promise you'll be pleased. Word is they were seen boarding the Argus Limited a few weeks back. Well, that isn't exactly far from here. Argus is rarely a destination for folks. Chances are they'll be going straight to
Atlas.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
You know, you turned out to be quite the interesting customer. Cinder. It's not often a single client brings me double the business.
Oh my God!
Yes! With the special track coming in.
Wow!
Right okay, all right.
Are you happy?
Neil?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Maybe put away the good glasses.
You're gonna let him fight in here?
What are you doing?
You're asking Neo a question? Yeah. Are you stupid or something? Oh!
But if Cinder actually starts using like the maiden powers, like,
well, I don't think she wants people to know.
Sure, good point. Yeah.
Oh, and this fight choreography! It's
so good!
Oh, it's good!
Oh yeah!
Oh, that glide, that was amazing. Oh, environmental usage? Yes! Oh, this is a fight! Wow! Wow!
This is incredible.
Yes! Oh, okay, all right.
That's enough, ladies.
Yep.
I love dinner and a show. but it's time to take it outside.
Yeah, no semblances in here. Okay, just straight through the window.
Nice trick. You've gotten stronger.
That was a bit cliche,
So
but
have I.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wearing the Torchlight hat. Wow. This is about Roman.
oh,
I don't have
She
time
looks
for your
sad.
misplaced blame, girl. I didn't kill your boss. If you want revenge, take it up with Little Red.
Wow. Dang, all right. She's like, no, I'm gonna take this up with you. 'Cause
One with a grudge against Ruby. Listen. We both want that girl dead. So quit wasting your time fighting me. And let's discuss how we kill her together. Okay then. Let's talk.
Again, Cinder.
yeah.
Right.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, that was great.
It's like
That was so great. Fan service in the best way.
fan service in the best way because they gave us a proper fight. Like
Oh yeah.
that
don't
was a
get it.
good fight.
The empty towns I passed through were all damaged or unfinished. But this place looks fine.
Maybe everyone left in a hurry
That was
before
ice
things
cold.
took a turn.
The Ice Queen.
Yeah.
Cold.
Stay on guard.
We just forget about Maria. She's dead already. Save yourselves. No, there she is.
Close the door already! It's cold enough in here as it is.
You're blocking the entrance.
I saw a chimney from the outside. Maybe we could get a fire going?
I just wanna
Please,
point out
I'll
that
look for
Wes
some
is wearing
blankets.
A ruby
Gang,
red
go with her.
scarf.
Yeah. Don't you know you never split the party?
Yep. Is this the work of an enemy stand? Is this like where one of Osmond's old wives lived?
What do you think?
No, I think it's just regular people.
Something doesn't feel right.
Let's look for some.
Oh my gosh! Ugh, that's a stinger. What are we supposed to be seeing here? Oh!
Gotcha.
Alright then. This is like some kind of like D&D character mystery. You encounter a random town. People dead in their bunks looking very peaceful. It's like,
It's the same in every house.
Whoa.
oh, dang.
Bodies. Every bed in every home. It's like the whole estate just went to sleep and never woke up.
Then we're not staying
This
here.
is
Don't
some
go to
Serenity
sleep.
stuff.
We don't have a choice. Storm outside's only getting worse. We'd freeze to death before we made it anywhere.
This is some.
This
They're
is
all.
where you take watches, you know.
Well, yeah, but this is
two
also-
people on each watch.
Might as well
Roost-
get comfortable.
Rooster Teeth made this the
Yeah,
series
fat
day
chance.
5.
Okay
And now
then.
they're like, we're gonna
do
take some
something.
inspiration from that.
If this place wasn't abandoned, it might still have supplies we could use.
Hey, yeah.
That's
Maybe
true.
even a car.
I'll do another sweep of the grounds. No one else goes anywhere alone.
Oh, thank you for saying that,
Yeah,
Crow.
and I can search
Yeah.
the other buildings for vehicles.
Oh,
Fine. Whatever gets me out of this house.
Let's find a warm, cozy car that we can get into.
no, Jacob. They might actually talk finally.
No, I know.
Like, and Blake wants to talk. Like,
Aww.
Food always makes me feel better. Just saying.
Right.
That was a really good shot of Weiss there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, these two.
You keep that fire fed,
Both the old people.
and I'll find us a story to read before bed.
That rhymed. Oh my gosh. 100% that story she's going to read is something that she specifically picked out because it's tied to her in some way.
Okay, now this is crazy, but she has a skull pain.
Yeah.
What if she actually did all this? I don't think that's it. But
No.
Something tells me that's not street legal.
I'm trying to see if there was any hidden joke.
What
there
do you think
beyond
happened
the
here?
actual joke?
There's that well in the square. Maybe water contamination?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, are you okay?
Aw.
Yeah. I mean, no. But, I don't know. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep.
Hey, I found something.
Oh. Oh, that was good.
Oh,
That got me.
I was just seeing things. I'm sorry.
Sorry for seeing
I still get
things.
flashes from that night.
You don't need to apologize.
Do you think Adam's still out there?
I don't know. If you went back to the White Fang, there would have been serious consequences. But
Or he killed them all.
he never really liked people telling him what to do. Adam's strong, but his real power comes from control. He used to get in my head, make me feel small. But now I see he just wanted to pull me down to his size. Hey, I'm not leaving. And if we ever see him again, I promise I'll be there. I'll protect you.
What?
What?
Forget it.
Whoa.
Let's just head back.
But what about...
We're fine. We can hook that flatbed up to Bumblebee in the morning. Should carry everyone. Mission accomplished.
It's kind of smart. Oh, that angle.
yeah.
Oh, now we're bringing in the
Cool.
Okay. For a second, I thought this was horror music. Oh no, it kind of still is a little creepy.
I mean,
Yeah, you hear that? That
Second
light?
thought,
Yeah.
maybe we should keep this room closed.
Huh?
What?
I'm just not sure how well my uncle's taking all of this.
Oh,
Oh, it's a bar.
Come on, we'll never get to Atlas on an empty stomach.
gotcha. Functioning alcoholic before
Yeah.
a dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Ruby,
Oh, this music.
are we really still going to Atlas?
Why wouldn't we
Door
be?
open behind you.
I know.
You heard what Jen said. If there's
And
no
the
way
track
to
is
kill Salem,
building.
then what's the point in all of this?
Weiss, you can't be serious.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying.
And the way she's looking
really
away
tired
from.
and I
Whoa.
really, really hate this place.
Whoa. First
Anything
Yang
in
was getting
there?
tired, now Weiss is getting tired.
Yeah.
More alcohol. At least we'll never have problems starting a fire.
What's that?
Oh.
Huh. And
Oh.
it's locked up. Maybe
Oh.
go tell
A
people
wine
about it.
cellar? Great.
I swear,
What
I
is it?
swear if that thing just goes, "Gugh," you know, and jolts just a little bit, I'm going
And
to.
food. Oh, trust me. You put enough salt on anything and it will taste just fine.
Well, I guess it's better than nothing.
Canned chili used to be what I survived on in like college days. Just tons of canned chili. I know. Now it's darker.
I
and
still seriously hate this place.
oh, now with the camera angle.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
they're killing me.
Oh man. Oh boy.
Now oh, okay. All right. We're all fine. Everything is fine.
Wow.
Everything is fine.
Okay.
Wait, there might be like hints in this to see
No
like what
way.
happened. Okay, so in the opening, there's the cave that Ruby jumped out of and had the tentacle grim things going through.
Yes.
What if we finally have a grim that gets in your head? Like with
that
pheromones
yeah,
or some kind of
right,
thing in the air.
Right, that would be absolutely terrifying.
Anything in here?
But oh my god.
Oh, webs everywhere.
No, that's just because it's been abandoned for
Okay. I just think tentacles and spider legs and stuff, but oh my god, Neo is back.
So
And they ended this episode with a stinger horror cabin in the woods.
this
Possible like maybe this is where that grim tentacle thing in the opening is.
yeah.
Oh.
Like I really liked this episode because like okay, Neo coming back, like that was great. That was the right kind of fan service, and they figured out a way to work it into the story so it narratively makes sense, right? Neo's mad at Cinder, she tracks him down. It's like, hey, let's team up, and she is a maiden, so it's sort of like I have this trump card where it's like, come on, do you think you can really actually beat me?
I think if Neo wanted to ambush her,
that she could have kind of
possibly because her semblance is so surprise attack based, like
right. Yeah, I could totally see that being a thing.
Okay, like one clean hit in.
Right, and that maybe says a bit about Neo of why she made it be something that was obvious, rather, because she wanted Cinder to know why,
Yes.
The fight itself was fantastic. Excellent choreography, very fluid. The way they used the environment and everything, like that was fantastic. I have nothing but positive things to say about it. Like
I do think though that the reason why Neo had to like do this in front of everything and stuff as well is that I think Neo really wanted Cinder to, because Neo can't talk, so she really wanted to communicate to Cinder not just that she was the one that did this, because I don't think Neo was really trying to kill Cinder, if that makes sense. I think she was trying to, if anything, just vent her frustration and pain onto her because of this. Because if she had wanted to kill Cinder, there are better ways to do it than this.
Right.
So this is really good, just fan service, hilarious. Like Neo is back.
All the things that they did of like the things that Cinder said, and then at the end Neo being like and Cinder's like, oh right, yeah, like.
I mean,
that was good.
Like Neo as a character wasn't going to exist.
Right. She wasn't a character. She was an idea and a fun, very well choreographed fight.
Yes.
Right, with a cool design and a sort of mechanic to the fight as well.
Yeah, inspiration based off of a femme Roman Torchwick cosplay or femme Roman Torchwick fan art that was submitted. Monty added Neo in at the last minute to an episode of Volume 2, back where Neo is walking around in the background with the mech being put on display for the Faunus and the White Fang. Yeah. So now that we have her here, it kind of shows the potential of RWBY in that anything can go big. Like, and I think that that's what makes Neo a fun character, is that she's way more interesting in Chibi. Like, like a million times more interesting in Chibi. And that's just great, because RWBY is a universe, not necessarily just a story.
Right.
So in the story, of course, Neo is just a fun,
exactly,
combat character to bring in. But now it's like, wait, no, if Neo's back and she's a part of the main plot of Volume 6, she could actually have a moment. And I saw emotion in those eyes when she came up wearing Roman Torchwick's hat.
Which was just great.
And just kind of looking at Cinder like, you did this.
And it almost looked like... Cause
why? Like
it looked for a second like her eyes were green, which...
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I thought I detected some Neapolitan colors. For a split second there.
Go back and look.
Yeah, and maybe that wasn't intentional.
Maybe those were the tears that hadn't fallen, but they were welling up.
Sure, and it's one of those things that just makes me wonder, because there was in volume 3, she's very good at doing different disguises, and there was the part where she was in disguise with green eyes, and then she blinked and they were pink and brown again, you know, and so. And we've seen her just blink and her eyes go white and things like that. So
the white is the get out, get out.
And it makes me wonder if that's actually something they're going to try and use, kind of in the same way as Klein. That's someone else that has their eyes change color.
A lot of people have their eyes change color in RWBY. Cinder, every maiden. Yang has their eyes change color. It's just an anime thing, Jacob.
Okay, it could be.
We know that Neo's has actual mechanics based into her fighting style.
Right, but I'm saying but the whole idea of the green eyes and things like that, that's a situation where it doesn't. So if she can't talk, is that something that they would potentially use as a way to have her communicate?
Yeah, but she can change her appearance, so...
Yeah, whatever.
She could communicate in a number of different ways,
right? And that's just
to the eye thing.
And that's just one of those things that I'll be very interested to see, because as you probably know, I love it when they have characters communicate without speaking. That can be some of the most impactful communication that happens.
And they don't need signs,
right? And they don't need signs. As funny as those sometimes can be, and megaphones and things like that.
Yeah, like Blake's ears.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
When Blake's cat ears got all animated and stuff, it's like, oh, yes.
Or another great example, just that part where RWBY goes over towards the entrance, and then she just sees Weiss, in her blanket, just like that. If that didn't communicate emotion, I don't know what kind of stuff does, like because that was absolutely incredible. It did not need to happen, but it communicates so much in so little time.
Yeah.
It makes it so that them basically splitting off and going to talk, and then of course all the scary stuff that happens there, feel absolutely necessary. Because with something like, say, Blake and Yang, it's like, okay, of course they need to go and talk alone, right? And unfortunately it didn't go as well as it could have. But with Weiss and RWBY, they're two characters that I always feel like have a kind of, a deeper connection than just, I don't know, Yang and Weiss, right? But
Yang and Weiss have had like 5 scenes together in the entire show.
Right. With 4 main characters on the team, you're going to have combinations that, have more strength than others, right?
Right.
Or just have more time.
Weiss and RWBY have overcome basically their differences over the course of a long period of time.
Right.
So neither of them have completely changed. Weiss has changed a lot, but it's that they kind of both accept where each other are at, so they can communicate the other person's language effectively.
Right.
And now that Weiss is the one that has the least reason to go to Atlas and knows everything about Jin, telling the backstory of everything. It makes sense that she would be the first to question why they're doing this.
Right.
And I think that this is something that's good to bring up, though, is should they even be listening to Ozpin is kind of the thing that they can bring up. I think that they need Ozpin, absolutely. But, if they don't have Ozpin, will they even be able to get to Ironwood?
Who knows?
Will he even essentially let this happen? Because
although
Ironwood,
if Crow's with them, he might be like, okay, what's going on?
Well, yes, but if Crow is also having the whole,
oh yeah, they seeded a lot. Like this episode, not a lot of things happened, but they seeded a lot of things that are really good. They got a lot of different balls rolling, and most of them are character focused, which is why I think I liked this episode so much. Because things like, there was the actual horror spooky element too, which was great because it's a way to make us care about something that is, for all intents and purposes, probably irrelevant to the greater story,
for sure.
But just the way they presented it, I was scared. I want to know what's in that wine cellar thing, right? But then with the other stuff of RWBY saying, let's keep this room closed, because of all the alcohol and thinking about Crow and stuff. And that was something I never would have expected they would have really done, because Crow is always sort of the fun drunkle, you know.
Right.
But now it's like, oh dang, are they going to go there? You know, and then everything that was happening with Ruby and Weiss and Blake and Yang, and you know, and then the whole new dynamic that they're building with Cinder and Neo. There's going to be some cool stuff that happens this volume. Like there already has been, but like they're going to continue it, which is really cool.
Yeah. I want to go in the theory train here.
Oh yeah.
I think that we were given a clue this episode somehow as to what happened.
Okay.
And I think if we go back and rewatch it, we'll be able to find it.
Well, there was the whole thing of them, you know, both Weiss and Yang feeling sleepy, right?
Yes, I think that's a huge part of it.
Right, because if it's the same as in that one, it was that they died in their sleep.
Right.
Which...
Now, in day 5, Jacob, you haven't seen any of day 5.
But I know the premise, yeah.
You know the premise. The thing is that if you fall asleep, like you hit, you know, like you lose consciousness, not just shutting your eyes, but you fall asleep, you will die. You will not wake up. Right. There are little tricky gimmicks to how people get away with not sleeping, and how some people end up finding ways to sleep without dying. But it's all, you know, crazy and stuff. But this seems like very influenced by that. One of the things that I've constantly been waiting for is back in volume 3, Crow said that I've seen the things she's made, and let me tell you, they are fear. Now, here's the thing. When you think about fear, you think of like something being fear. You think about the Great Line. There's nothing to fear but fear itself.
Right.
But what happens when fear itself is incarnated? I think of characters like Johan from Monster, you know?
Sure.
And it's just absolutely terrifying. One of the things that Grimm, now that we know on a lot of ways like how much magic-wise is on the table, and if Salem is essentially doing, like if you think about what Ozpin did with the Maidens, Salem is doing the same thing just with Grimm.
Right.
Like it's
she's just going for quantity over quality. Yeah.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
But I really think one of the things that you have as a problem with Ozpin, but also with Salem, is that Salem, I don't think she controls these Grimm perfectly.
No.
Like, I think if she sends one out, she's basically like, all right.
She gives it some directive, and it goes and it does that in the best way possible, but she's not
micromanaging
control. Yeah.
So what I would almost see a Grimm doing is following its directive of kill, consume, or just destroy, and all this stuff. But what if you had a Grimm that's entire thing was just laying the perfect trap?
Okay.
So this town is one that no one goes to. The railroad tracks don't lead here. This is just a dead path in the forest, randomly in the middle of the train tracks on the way to Atlas and stuff, that they just stumbled upon, and now they're here. And now...
Wait. Gotcha. Okay, so...
This... Yes. My thought is that this Grimm that I'm thinking that this thing is basically some kind of, like, really old Grimm. Like, really old Grimm. Basically, all it does is it leaves the bodies there. It just leaves the bodies there. Keeps everything perfectly, you know, whatever. And then people come in and they stay. And then right when they go to sleep...
So, here's my question.
It feeds on them. So either they become paranoia and it uses the fear of fear, you know, this whole environment to keep them from sleeping. They get on edge and it starts picking them off one by one. I like that idea. Or it could literally be a thing where there is no trap. It literally has an ability where when you fall asleep, it starts releasing things out into the environment, and they put you into some kind of paralysis thing, and then it drags you into its cave, and eats you.
Well, and like with all these sort of convenient things that are set up to make this scary. One thing that I question is how much of it is just the storytelling versus how much of it is actually really meta. How much of it could be because of the Grimm. So, for instance, right? The town that's there. you would think that if there was a Grimm like this that just killed an entire town, people would find out about it, and they would and it would become, they would at the very least just torch the town, or just avoid it entirely, right?
Right. People would know about the people in the town. They would do trade with people in the town.
Yep.
Like, this is a farm area. So at the very least, maybe they would need their horses, their grains, or whatever.
Right, and something like this doesn't seem like something that is a multiple time occurrence.
No,
from the standpoint that if that were the case, they would see way more people in the beds than necessary, or something like that. Or
also the bodies would be more decomposed.
Right, and if it were a multiple time occurrence, the way I could see it happening is if basically this is something that was a town that was sort of like continually added on to. And people would come here and live for a while and then build a house, and then one day, right, they, when a blizzard happened or something like that, I don't know. And then the fact that there's a blizzard, like, is that just a convenient story device for why they have to stay here? Or could this actually be some sort of Grimm that has control of the weather? Because wait a minute. Not that I actually think that happens, but the thing is that what we're seeing that is probably from some sort of Grimm or something is something that is fundamentally different than anything we have seen from Grimm before. Because the statement of "I've seen the things she's made and they are fear," the closest we got to that is the Nuckleby. and then Mr. Tentacle.
The dragon doesn't count.
Right, exactly. The dragon
is raw physicality.
Exactly. It's just something bigger that can punch harder and have more teeth and stuff.
I guess it releases Grimm portals.
Yeah, and that's
or Grimm goo.
Right, and that's cool, and stuff. But that's still fundamentally the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with something like this is like some weird mind-affecting gas,
it's going to be like a mind flayer or something.
Right, it's something, like, way different, right?
Yeah.
It's completely pulling back the lid on what we previously have seen, because Grimm are kind of laughable at this point, right? Like
claws and teeth. Oh
exactly.
no!
Like, even if they make them look really cool and stuff, like the whole the what's it? The Grimm we saw at the beginning of this volume.
The Chimera Sphinx things.
Yeah. The whatever. I can't believe.
Yeah, they were Chimera.
Oh, okay. But the thing is that things like that, it's like, okay, that's cool, but that's not scary. That's not Grimm.
Right. Right. The Nuckleby was scary.
Once
we saw it, we were like, okay, now we can kill it because it's got just tentacle wavy arms
and the fight
stuff.
was a little bit less scary than the build up to it.
Right.
But it was absolutely scary.
So having something that is affecting them before any kind of physical fight happens, potentially.
Like, almost like it won't even do a physical fight, maybe. Like, that's not the point.
That's not the point
right?
at all, yeah.
Like, that's...
I also like the idea that this Grimm maybe got ousted from another area, and it's currently just residing in the cellar, and it's basically just some big octopus, basically.
Sure.
Or some squid type thing.
Well, and also the fact that it was in a wine cellar. Did people find out about this Grimm and try and lock it away because they couldn't kill it?
No.
Like, I don't think so, but but the fact that it was locked up, I mean, it's a wine cellar, sure, but there was plenty of alcohol in the rest of the place. Why wasn't that locked up,
Right.
So,
this seems like a peaceful town of innocence. Notice, they did seem to have a huntsman in the picture. There was the guy with the gun on the right.
Yep.
So at the very least, I think they were prepared for Grimm, but that was like the only one. So if you get some kind of ancient level Grimm coming in, like the Nuckleby, the real question is why was everyone so peaceful and quiet?
Exactly.
I think it has an ability that puts them to sleep through some kind of unconventional Grimm means, and now it's just waiting for more people to show up. And I think that's basically its... Or maybe it's just as locked in by the blizzard as, they are.
Sure, yeah.
Who knows?
Like, one thing that I would love to see, like, okay, because we know that it probably killed them a while ago, because they had decomposed somewhat, right? But not completely. And it's cold, so maybe that would slow the process, but I kind of want it to be a Grimm that is not actually that scary in the physicality sense.
Right.
But for more to be just like a predator-hunter type thing. And the thing is that it's actually good at it. So it'll just...
thinking. It's not just attacking because
it's smart, right?
They're nearby, right?
So it'll wait. It'll pick off the stragglers. It'll wait for them to fall asleep. It'll, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that way, like, it's... Yeah. And...
Oof.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was basically just going to say that it's thinking.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because if they're just nearby and it's not attacking, it's smart.
Yeah.
It's basically saying, oh, wait a minute. I need to wait for an opportune moment to actually make a move. Now, to throw a counterplay out here that would be pretty crazy. This is the other thing that I really want to have happen. The Grimm in the intro is in a cave. A wine cellar is not a cave.
No.
So what if we had a survivor and they locked themselves in the wine cellar?
Oh, so that the Grimm couldn't get to them? But then the question is, how would they have survived? Like, food and stuff like that.
It's could have food in it,
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, like it's an actual food cellar.
It's an actual food and wine cellar or something.
Yeah, that could totally be it.
Yeah, I mean, there were beans right up there.
Sure. Yeah, canned food and alcohol. Hey, they use that to keep a fire going.
Whoa! Even crazier.
What?
What if it's this? The thing is not like a big, chain or whatever. Maybe the other people locked them in, and they were like, maybe you'll survive, and then they went to sleep and died,
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough, but whatever they do, I'm really curious to see how they're going to do it because they're doing it in such a way where they're building up the suspense of this Grimm or this thing, while at the same time giving the characters moments together, which is just like, what better way to do it?
You know why this Grimm exists?
Why?
Because Maria Calavera exists, and you know why she exists in the story? Silver Eyes.
Oh.
What would be better than for Ruby to go into a dark cave to banish a Grimm that's really scary, and using her power that she will then... Yeah. Oh my god, it's all coming together. Within the next 3 episodes, Ruby will use her Silver Eyes to kill this Grimm, with Maria Calavera kind of giving her a little bit of a way to help it and stuff. Not before, but after essentially the Grimm has done some freaky things.
I'm all for that. Cause
maybe it'll take Crow, and Ruby will have to free Crow, and that'll be her motivation to also do it as well.
That totally goes in line with the whole tentacles coming out of the cave and going after Crow and going after Ruby, because we showed Ruby showing concern for Crow's well-being, and the tentacles could be a metaphor potentially. Who knows? Like, for the drinking or something. One other thing, so this totally, I love what you said way more than this, but I feel like it has to be mentioned that since Maria Calavera is such a Avatar reference, as far as being like literally old Katara's design,
I mean,
like with special goggles, like that's basically
and the skull staff,
right? But
and
the skull
necklace
staff was something that always made me.
It's
sort
a blue old lady,
right,
with a lot of young kids. Yeah,
but
yeah, I know what
there was a part of me that wondered if it's like, okay, what if they decided to basically pull a another Avatar episode with an old lady, right?
No.
So I'm just saying. Okay, if they did that, not because I don't want that to happen, because I love Maria Calavera as a character, right? And I want to get more from her, right? But the fact that she was pulling out a specific book and stuff, like if she was tied to all of this and everything.
Oh, like she's been here before.
Oh yeah.
I think she was looking.
Right.
Area
Well, no, not that from the standpoint, but like she's going to go in her villain expositing or whatever, and I don't want that to happen because I love her character too much for her to get like, for that to happen.
Yeah.
But that would be quite the twist to have this kind grandma lady, because with the Avatar episode, it's like you see it coming from a mile away.
They would need
right?
to nail that twist.
They would really need to nail it,
because the way they've set up Maria is basically like, hey, remember how Hazel said we've dealt with their kind before?
Right. It's like
I'm already seeing the image of him like grabbing Maria and like gouging
out
her eyes.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yeah.
I think that's a crazy idea.
Oh yeah, it's a totally crazy idea. But the
yeah.
thing is, the similarity between those two ideas is that in both cases, it's where she can help. Basically, she is knowledgeable about something like this, right? So she can help them deal with it, as opposed to she knows about it because she's trying to kill them and whatnot. But
right.
But
you know what? It might be the only reason why it's not been brought up yet is that Maria Calavera is still kind of blind. Like her eyesight is not that good. So there's going to be a scene where
Eventually.
Ruby will come in, they'll all sit around the fire, and Maria will go, "You have silver eyes." And then Ruby will be like, yeah, this again. And
Wait a minute.
He'll be like, yeah. And then Maria will be like, "I used to have silver eyes." And they'd be like, "Wait, what?"
Right. I kind of feel like she knows enough. She would know enough about that.
Right.
You know, hence why she hasn't said anything about it yet.
Yeah.
If she can see her eyes, and yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
And a Grim taking Crow or something like that would be the perfect way to do that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
Oh, boy.
guys, things are getting a little bit older onesy, I think, like
It's just another layer that Ruby is peeling back, and I'm very excited to see how it turns out.
yeah. So next episode of RWBY Call of Cthulhu will be yeah. But guys, thank you so much for watching this episode, reaction and discussion. Once this episode is made public on YouTube and stuff, if you're here from YouTube and stuff, check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. We do RWBY Early Access timer-based reactions.
Right.
So you can watch the episode live as it comes out with us if you sync up your first membership footage with us, and we can get into all the conversation, stuff like that. Also, any kind of Patreon support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us about RWBY, episodes that they come out, stories in general,
How much
involved.
this episode scared you?
Yeah.
How much it made you
Theories.
ship characters, and
or just talking about just whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb,
I'm Jacob,
and we'll see you all next time.